Well, US officials say President Joe Biden will soon allow Ukraine to use supplied weapons inside Russian territory on a limited basis. Kiev's forces have been struggling to hold back Russian forces near Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv. It's come under relentless attack since Moscow launched its new incursion in the northeast more than 2 years after Russian forces invaded. Ukrainian forces had previously been restricted from using internationally supplied ammunition in cross-border attacks. Now, officials from the Biden administration have told reporters it will give Ukraine permission to use its weapons for targets inside Russia, but only to defend Kharkiv. Mick Ryan is a retired military general in the Australian Army, non-resident fellow of the Lowy Institute and the Washington-based Centre for Strategic and International Studies. Good morning, Mick. Thanks for your time.
Good morning.
Just how significant is this reversal?
Well, this is a change to a policy that's been in place since right at the beginning of the war, and one that, despite repeated requests, the US administration has refused to change until now. And we should acknowledge this is not a full reversal of that policy. It's a partial one that's geographically restricted.
OK, so can you just take us through what the reversal is and those caveats around there and what the main implications will be?
So the change in the US administration's policy now says that the Ukrainians can use US-supplied weapons in the Kharkiv region to prevent attacks against Kharkiv and its surrounding areas from both Russian ground forces and, importantly, Russian Air Force bombers and fighter aircraft. Now, whether this also includes tactical aircraft that use these very destructive glide bombs against Ukrainian troops, we're not sure. But it is geographically restricted at this point in time. OK,
so how big a boost is this going to be for Ukraine forces?
Well, I think it'll be a boost in the Kharkiv area, although the horse is kind of bolted. The Russian forces have launched their offensive there. It could come in handy if the Russians want to do something around Sumy. And really, many people will be hoping this is just the beginning of the full reversal of this policy, not just the partial one we've seen today.
I mean, how likely is a full reversal? We heard from US officials on this announcement saying that the policy of not allowing long-range strikes inside Russia has not changed. How confident are you that there would be a full reversal?
Well, I think we'll see further changes. That's been the whole pattern of this war, where the US and its allies have said no, 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 maybe, 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 OK. I think we'll see something similar here. What we won't see is the use of long-range US weapons for deep attacks inside Russia. I think the Americans will stick to that rule and the Ukrainians will have to use their own weapons for these.
How do you expect Russia to respond to this? Do you expect that it will rethink its planning and execution in certain areas?
Well, certainly where Russia, Ukraine share a border, they will, but many Russian attacks are planned, concentrated and launched from occupied Ukraine. So it's not going to change those kind of operations. It will change Russia's approach to air operations and the launch of missiles. Where it does that, Ukraine has proven it can shoot down Russian bombers. It will hope to do more of that. And it might change how Russia seeks to interdict the supply of Western weapons, including stepping up its current campaign of sabotage throughout Europe.
What are the major challenges of this tweak in policy, if you like? And I guess I'm asking, what if something goes wrong? What if there is a miscalculation by Ukraine when it's using these weapons?
Yeah, it will be interesting to watch if it shoots down a bomber just outside the geographic region prescribed by the US, or destroys, a troop concentration just outside of what the administration's reaction will be. It will probably show that it's been a nonsensical policy all the way from the beginning of the war, and they're really going to have to rethink it.
Could it inflame those tensions between Russia and the West, particularly the United States?
Well, it's hard to see how they could be further inflamed. At the end of the day, Russia's conducting a genocidal invasion of Ukraine, and the West is pushing back on it. So I don't see any further inflaming of that at this point in time.